Hey y'all, it's your girl Kiara Shanice, and we are back over here on Nisi Says, where we do reaction videos of all types of stuff, mostly worldly stuff, conspiracies, and just interesting stuff. So if you like that type of content, stick around. I will be doing more. With that being said, we're gonna get into this video. Let me. Okay, so apparently NASA has just found the most horrible planet known in the universe, and we about to watch it together, and we gonna react to it. Alrighty, let's get this party started.
In 2022, employees of Kitt Peak National Observatory, Arizona, discovered a planet starkly different from anything we've ever seen before. TOI 3757b is lurking 580 light years away from Earth, and its radius is 1.5 times larger than that of our Jupiter. Scientists classified it as a gas giant simply because any other category seemed even less appropriate. Its density is so odd that most
So this is a big boy. Dang.
Most of all, it resembles marshmallows that we like to chew on here on Earth. This celestial body moves along an elliptical orbit, meaning that it periodically drifts far away from the nearest star, but then comes very close to it. The star, in turn, constantly showers the planet with bursts of radiation, which eventually whips its atmosphere just like we whip egg whites when making meringue. And yet, it's not the most confusing alien world. In this video,
So y'all telling me it's a big ass marshmallow like planet just out there cutting up? Okay.
you're going to learn what some vicious neighbors are capable of, where to look for hell, and finally, what giant objects deserve to be called the most mysterious exoplanets in outer space.
Excuse my squeaking.
Planet TRES 2b lies 750 light years away from us. However, you have very little
Hold on, wait. These planets don't even have names, so how many planets are there in the freaking universe? I know we know about the solar system, which sometimes we have 8 planets, sometimes we have 9. But how many freaking planets are there? Goodness, like the school system has failed because I didn't know any of this.
chance of ever seeing it. Not because it's so far away, but because this planet's so dark that it absorbs light instead of reflecting it. The best coal found on Earth can absorb only 95% of light, while TRES 2b swallows up more than 99% of it. At the same time, the planet isn't deprived of the attention of stars, since just 4 million kilometers are separating TRES 2b from the nearest source of light. This distance is 10 times less than that between Mercury and the Sun. Scientists still struggle to determine the cause of such a low reflectivity, but they've already found a worthy opponent to challenge this.
So this planet here, like ain't no light escaping it. It's eating light. What?
Planet. Meet Gliese 504b. It's situated in the
I already know it's something. Gliese? Okay. Let's go, Gliese.
constellation of Virgo, about 57 light years away from Earth. The distance between Gliese 504b and the nearest star is 9 times greater than the gap between Jupiter and the Sun. It seems that Gliese 504b is perfect for getting the status of a true dark world, but actually, it glows from within. This fact totally contradicts all our ideas about giant planets and their features. Usually, celestial bodies of this kind reflect the light emitted by stars, and they indeed aren't supposed to produce it themselves. Astronomers believe that this peculiar property of Gliese 504b may stem from the planet's young age. It formed not so long ago and hasn't cooled off yet, just like molten metal on an anvil. But if this is really so, why do people see this glow so rarely? Apparently, Gliese 504b holds more secrets than we can imagine, and we're yet to unravel them. The same goes for GJ1214b, another planet that can be found around 42 light years away from us. Scientists had spent many years wondering if there was water in outer space.
Okay, they said the most horrible planet, not planets. I'm thinking we about to be talking about one planet, one bad mother. Shut your mouth out there. I'm thinking we about to be talking about one planet out here. It's a lot of them, and they got numbers, so it's infinite amounts of planets in the universe or multiverse, whatever you want to call
Space until they discovered a celestial body entirely composed of deep oceans. GJ1214b is 3 times larger than Earth, and the weight of its waters reaches 10% of the planet's total mass. If we take Earth, we'll see that here this parameter is only 0.05%. According to expert opinion, the depth of the oceans in this unusual world can reach up to 1,600 kilometers. Let me remind you that on our home planet, the deepest part of the world's ocean, the Mariana Trench, stretches just 11 kilometers down. Over the whole history of human civilization, we've managed to explore no more than 5% of our oceans, and to this day, many creatures inhabiting them remain a complete mystery to us.
As they should. As they should. If we was meant to see that, we'll somehow have freaking gills and stuff. We can go down there and look at it. Wasn't meant for us to see that.
Just imagine the amount of work that researchers will have to do if they ever get a chance to travel to GJ1214b. However, this is not the only exoplanet with oceans on its surface. Kepler 10b is almost entirely covered by them as well. There's one detail though. Those seas are made of lava, not water. This planet lies 560 light years away from ours and revolves quite close to its host star. That's why its surface temperature can reach 1,500 degrees Celsius. Because of that, the rocky world has melted and turned into an endless, scorching ocean. Kepler 10b is 5 times heavier than Earth. The planet is mainly composed of heat.
Okay, I got something to say. All right, so they were saying it got like 207 2,700 degrees. So if that's the case, like y'all can't get close to the I don't think we have any technology here on Earth that can withstand those type of temperatures without melting. So how y'all know this? Like, I'm trying to eradicate that like word. I've been hanging out with my daughter too much. She's 8 years old. That's her favorite word. But how do you guys even know like really what's going on for real on these other planets? Like, what kind of technology do we have here on planet Earth that we can see this? Because like that's hot. I can't even imagine what 2,700 degrees is like. So, mm, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But let me get back. Let me get back to the video.
Heated iron, which makes it so massive and gives a bright red color to its seas. Maybe it's the exact image our ancestors had in mind when they first came up with the idea of hell. What do you think? And actually, sometimes even the most incredible legends of the past find unexpected.
Is that hell? Let me find out hell is on another planet.
unexpected confirmations in the depths of space. Once upon a long ago, people dreamed of finding a way to the mythical city of El Dorado, crammed full of gold and jewels. I bet they would have been amazed to learn about a distant space world made of pure diamond. This planet, which is 5 times bigger than Earth, is located 4,000 light years away from us. It's thought to be composed of carbon. However, the gravity and pressure on its surface are so strong that over time, its molecules got compressed to the point of turning into a huge diamond. Once, this object used to be a star, so it's not.
And you know why? You know why I don't believe it? Because if that planet was a diamond and had like them type of resources, like Earth, they would have went and tried to go get it. They would have went and tried to go get it. They would have risked it all to try and go and get that. So, mm, mm, is all I'm gonna say.
Not surprising that it shines like a disco ball. Moreover, its stellar system used to include not just one, but 2 stars, a white dwarf and a pulsar. The pulsar devoured its companion and became a supernova. 98% of the white dwarf's mass fueled the stellar explosion, and then a huge diamond was formed from the remnants. And if exoplanets are so unique and different from each other, how surprising can their climates be? Have you forgotten your umbrella again? Don't get frustrated just yet.
Nope, I keep my umbrella in my backseat.
That's not the biggest trouble waiting for you in this place. WASP 76b has already shocked scientists before. It's the first exoplanet that turned out to have barium, one of the heaviest known elements. But weather conditions of this celestial object intrigued researchers even more. One side of WASP 76b always faces its star, which makes the local temperature reach almost 2,500 degrees Celsius. This is 1,000 degrees higher than the melting point of iron, and this planet is full of iron. Consequently, the metal not only melts there, but vaporizes. But the worst thing happens a bit later when the vapor moves to the other part of the planet that remains in perpetual darkness. There, on the night side, vapors condense into thick clouds and rain iron. Science knows only a few exoplanets that can even hold a candle to this stunning anomaly. In HD 18973,
I pose the question again: how do we know this to be true? How do we know? Look at me over here questioning science and shit. Like I'm a scientist. I just want to know how we know. What technology we using.
33b has made the list. The atmosphere of this astronomical body is colder. It's heated to just 850 degrees Celsius. At the same time, it contains a lot of silicate particles. Under the influence of this temperature, they start melting and then rain down as glass droplets. It may seem that it's not that scary compared to downpours of heated iron, but don't jump to conclusions. This planet is also famous for its frequent winds, blowing at 8,700 kilometers per hour. Under these conditions, the droplets of glass don't fall to the ground, but sweep over the surface, slicing through everything that hasn't been destroyed in this horrible world yet. However, there's another space giant that has the makings of an absolute hell. By the way, that's exactly how scholars call Kelp 9b a planet from hell, since for now, it's the hottest place in outer space discovered by modern astronomy. Kelp 9b is situated in the constellation of Cygnus, 650 light years away from Earth. Its temperature reaches over 4,300 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than the surface of many stars.
I got something to say. Okay, so watching videos like this What is something going on with my mic? Watching videos like this kind of humbles you in a sense because like when you think about the universe and like how huge it is, like when you really think about your life and your person and everything that's going on, it's like minuscule. It's like so small. So that's one of the reasons why I like watching these type of videos. It keeps you kind of grounded and be like, girl, what you got going on don't mean nothing. You a speck in the universe. That's crazy. That's all I want to say. Tell me how y'all feel about that. Do these kind of videos kind of bring you back down to earth? No pun intended. But do they bring you back down to earth, you know?
Kelt 9b is so ultra-heated because it follows a very close orbit around its star, which makes 1 year on this planet last just 1.5 Earth days. If you're about to celebrate your 30th birthday, just know that on Kelt 9b, you could already turn 7,300 years old. There's a slim chance that any of our starships would ever approach this world, since those insane temperatures rip its molecules apart. Scientists assume that in the nearest future, the planet will burn itself to ashes. But even dying, Kelt 9b won't glow as bright as another space giant. This thing with an impossibly long name is a true hermit because it doesn't revolve around any host star. This celestial body lies just 20 light years away from us, and yet its magnetic field is 4 million times stronger than that of Earth. When any elements from space get into this planet's orbit, the gravity pull and influence of the magnetic field immediately turn them into a soup made of discrete particles. This process causes a curious phenomenon. If you find yourself on this planet one day, you'll see lights thousands of times brighter than an aurora, and they'll be flashing across the sky every single second. Now, take a look at another celestial body whose atmospheric features make it impossible to come even remotely close to it. A gas giant named WASP 103b can be found 1,000 light years away from us. It's 2 times larger than our Jupiter in terms of both its size and mass, but that's not the most interesting property it has. Unlike most planets, WASP 103b isn't round, but it's shaped more like a rugby ball. This is a direct result of its parent star's unbelievable gravity. The pull is so strong that it simply flattened the planet at the poles. But the star doesn't stop at that and literally scorches WASP 130b. The planet gets heated up so much that each second it loses an amount.
That looks really, really scary. I would not want to witness that at all.
Of mass equivalent to the weight of 1,000 Giza pyramids. If a spacecraft tried to land there, the planet's radiation would simply push it back into outer space.
And how you know this? I need to know. I really need to find a video of how they knowing this. Are these just theories or what? I need to know.
If the orbit of WASP 103b were just 10 kilometers wider, we wouldn't be able to enjoy such an extraordinary view. In that case, the gravitational influence of the nearest star would be considerably weaker. However, there are also other exoplanets moving along even crazier orbits. TOI 2109b is located 860 light years away from Earth. It's approximately 5 times heavier than Jupiter, and the star it revolves around is 2 times larger than our Sun. This gas giant follows the shortest known orbit among all the planets in the universe. A year on its surface lasts only 16 hours. The recent data suggests that this period can decrease even further because the planet has started moving much faster and heading towards its star. Moreover, its velocity exceeds any other speed record that researchers have ever seen from this type of object. more than 750 kilometers per second. Astronomer Ian Wong from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center believes that in as soon as 2 years, we'll be able to see the star gobbling up its planet. By space standards, this is sensationally fast. Although there are cases when a planet is
I don't want to see that. I do not want to see a planet eating up its star. That's crazy. I don't want to see.
doomed not because it suddenly starts rushing forward, but vice versa, because it becomes too slow. Quite recently, Kepler 1658b has lost a few tenths of a percent of its orbital speed. At first glance, this seems like nothing, right until you remember how close the orbit of this space object lies to its host star. If the velocity keeps diminishing, pretty soon the planet won't be able to resist the star's force of gravity and will collapse on it. And now think for a moment how hard it must be for these celestial bodies that have to deal with the gravitational influence of 3 stars simultaneously. This is planet KOI 5AB, located in the constellation of Cygnus, almost 2,000 light years away from Earth. It revolves around a star that, in turn, revolves around another star. But that's not all. There's the third star situated in the distance that locks its 2 other relatives and the planet within its orbit. If we had a chance to travel to KOI 5AB, we'd see 3 suns shining in the skies at once, ranging in size from massive to teeny tiny. Scientists, however, have set themselves an even more exciting task to find a stellar system with 4 stars instead of just 3. And most recently, they've succeeded in this.
Okay, I think I get it now. So this is outside of our solar system. Duh. This is outside of our solar system. Wow, that's interesting. I would like I'm just sitting here thinking like outside of our solar system, like how huge is the universe? Like it makes my head hurt thinking about it. That's crazy.
Planet TH1 lies 5,000 light years away from Earth, and it wasn't discovered by professional researchers. Astronomers who found it were amateur participants of the Planet Hunters Science Project. This platform stores raw data collected by space telescopes, so in theory, with a fair share of luck, any person can discover a new celestial object. Although we aren't going to find out the real extent of TH1's orbital curvature soon, because we'll need more serious research for that. But while this one planet's orbit harbors 4 suns at the same time, there are celestial bodies that travel through space in solitude. HD 106906b is a giant exoplanet whose mass is approximately 11 times the mass of Jupiter. It's located 300 light years away from Earth in the Crux constellation. Having discovered this planet, astronomers spent much time puzzling over its orbit. The surface of this object reaches 1,500 degrees Celsius, which may be possible only if the planet revolves around some star. The problem is that this celestial body is completely alone, with no stars nearby. A while later, scientists did find a suitable candidate, but it was spotted 96 billion kilometers away from the planet. This is 20 times longer than the distance between the Sun and Neptune. As for the abnormal temperature, it's so high because the planet is almost
Why do I feel like I'm in freaking science class? I really feel like I skipped one too many lessons on the universe and the planets and all this stuff because I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of like, damn, I probably should have did this video, but we almost through, so we gonna stick it out. We gonna stick it out to the end. I really ain't got nothing to say because I'm baffled. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say about this.
a baby. This space object is 350 times younger than Earth, and it simply hasn't had enough time to cool off yet. However, given the type of orbit it moves along, this kid has every chance to turn into a cold, icy world in the future. Well, at least this planet's trajectory is easily predictable, unlike gas giant HR 5183b, which is 100 light years away from us. Its orbit is so eccentric that the planet goes extremely close to its star first and then retreats to the backyard of its stellar system. Interestingly, all the other planets orbiting the same star behave normally. If we placed HR 5183b in our solar system, it would constantly try to ram into several other planets. For its frantic behavior, scientists nicknamed this object the Whiplash Planet.
So I guess it's a good thing it's not in our solar system because that joker coming through there flying, trying to look like spinning tops. Yeah, trying to knock the next planet off its orbit.
It turns out that even the most ordinary looking space objects can be bursting with big secrets. TOI 2180b is 380 light years away from our
That was pretty.
home planet. At first glance, there's nothing remarkable about it, as it looks like Jupiter and has the same size. However, it weighs 3 times as much, which is way too heavy for a space object made of gas. Furthermore, the orbital radius of TOI 2180b is much larger than that of any gas giant discovered previously. Despite being so remote from its star, the planet somehow maintains a temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. This is far colder than the surface of other space giants. With the help of special equipment, humans could very well live in that world. Can there possibly be a true oasis hidden under dense layers of gas? If anything, this could explain why it's so heavy. But sometimes we don't even need advanced telescopes to peek through the clouds of different atmospheres. GJ 1132b lies 40 light years away from us. This rocky world isn't much bigger than Earth in terms of size, and it has a rarefied hydrogen atmosphere. It may seem very average until you find out that this is the planet's second atmosphere. This celestial object used to be much larger due to a thicker helium shell. But then, intense radiation emitted by the blazing hot young star that GJ1132b moves around just stripped it down to a bare core. But the planet wasn't ready to give up, and quite soon it gained a second atmosphere through volcanic activity, and it shows no signs of stopping just yet. Scientific findings prove that the atmosphere of GJ1132b substantially expands every year. And while some celestial bodies undergo such radical changes, some others remain the same for billions of years. This planet is situated in the constellation of Scorpius at a distance of 12,500 light years. Scientists
I like the distance on that one.
named it after Methuselah, a biblical character who, according to Holy Scripture, lived for around 10 centuries. And that's not a random choice. This celestial body is 13 billion years old. This means that the planet is almost the same age as the universe. On top of that, it lies in one of the most
So is this like one of the first planets? First civilizations? I don't know.
friendly regions of space. Every single year, Methuselah survives more than 200 powerful earthquakes and magnetic storms. And still, there's a planet that deserves even more sympathy. Planet Kepler 36b, located 1,200 light years away from Earth, constantly bullies its younger sister, Kepler 36c. These astronomical bodies orbit each other and at the same time their star. When the distance between them becomes minimal, The larger object's gravity and magnetic field trigger earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and firestorms on the smaller object, all at once. As soon as the younger sibling recovers, the disasters strike again. They reoccur quite regularly.
At this point, sis, just give up. Just give up, sis. Just give up. He ain't stopping. Just give up.
Every 97 days, and the cycle continues for thousands of years. Quite a toxic family. But nobody seems to mind this situation. Unlike them, there are neighboring space giants that can't stand each other and aren't ready to seek a compromise. J14.
And it's the fact that we're really talking about planets as if they have personalities and stuff. We really talking about planets as if they have personalities. Maybe they do.
07b can be found 400 light years away from Earth. This planet is absolutely ordinary, but it's such an introverted homebody that it grew a gigantic ring system around itself. The radius of its biggest ring is 90 million kilometers. In comparison, the radius of the largest ring around Saturn is 200 times smaller than that, just 480,000 kilometers. If J1407b had to relocate to our solar system and take Saturn's place, people on Earth would see its rings in the skies instead of clouds. However, at the moment, this space object only causes inconvenience to its own star. Scientists have just witnessed 56 days of eclipse caused by the planet's rings that blocked out the nearest light source. Each month, researchers discover an increasing number of fantastic exoplanets. The recently launched James Webb Space Telescope has really expedited their work. At the beginning of 2023, it spotted planet LHS 475b, located 40 light years away from us. What makes it special is its potential ability to replace Earth one day. Because
Its potential to do what? Replace Earth one day. Okay. I don't know about that.
the planets are identical in size. And not only that, initial studies have shown that its atmosphere and temperature may be very similar to our terrestrial conditions. Does it mean it's time to start packing?
I hope not. Well, that's the end of that video, you guys. Did you hear what he said at the end? It has the potential to replace Earth one day. So I thought we was going to Mars. See, y'all confusing me. Let me know where we going so I can get my stuff ready, my little spaceship, and we can go. Cause Earth is she on her last leave. But with that being said, y'all, did you guys learn anything new? Like everything in this video was new to me. I learned some stuff. I learned some stuff. Did you guys know any of this stuff? If so, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this video, about these planets scientists have found. And yeah, we'll talk about it in the comments. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Why I say it like that?